And we're finished. Welcome back to Modern Minecraft Season 5. And our base is finished. So, it looks a little bit different than what I normally go for. A lot more of a round edge circle house than I usually go for. But, I like it. A bit more whimsical than I usually go for. But, it works. Now, completing our house has taken a little bit of time. So we are at day 78. Let's go ahead and farm up these carrots real quick. Really not the best food. Uncooked potatoes. We've got that. Go ahead and collect this one up. So we've got our farm over here. Got the remains of a little smelting area over here that we need to pick up. Let's go ahead and take this with us. I'll have to come back from the pickaxe, it just broke. And then we have 4 cow farms up here, which would be useful. I'm not the best at keeping those up, running constantly. So the thing about cow farms is that you get a certain amount each time you do them. I'm bad at constantly doing that, so I don't build up a stash, and then I'll come and I'll need like a full stack. So this is our second floor. We have got some empty storage over here before we come into our ores and gemstones and things. And then we've got our lush forest items in this stack, dripstone in this one, we've got wool in that one. We've got different vines and flowers things in this one. Drops here, miscellaneous here and here. Being right beside the door, these are the stashes for when we come in and I'm working on a project and I really don't want to just have time to put things away. I just really want to get this project done. We've also got our light sources and some things that are necessary for when we just go out here as well. Potions, experience, got our food here. Honey and other miscellaneous food here. Bread specifically, carrots, apples and things. Pumpkins and melons are going to be in this bottom one. And then we've got trees on this side. Acacia and junglewood went ahead and put on this side because we don't have a whole lot of. And I don't intend to grab a whole lot of. I don't usually tend to use a ton of acacia or junglewood unless I spawn it in those biomes. So we have our cherry wood here, birch, miscellaneous here. So this is going to be our sticks, barrels, and our chests. Dark oak, mangrove, the miscellaneous that come from swamps. So we've got this here and other roots for such here. Oak and spruce. Then we'll go up rather than going down. We've got our more living area space up here. So we've got our bed over here, sort of built into the wall. So we've also got displaying certain things as well. For example, once we get our first wither skeleton skull, enchanted golden apples, and this kind of thing, go here. Got our sort of kitchen area over here. I know what I forgot to add. I forgot to add a fridge. So I'll probably take one of these out and put in the smooth stone for a fridge. And we've got our table here. Our more living room TV area over here. And of course I use the paintings for that as well. So. And then we have our back entrance right here. So it takes us out to the top of the hill, where you can see our nice copper roof. I'm not sure if I like the shiny copper, clean copper look, or if I prefer the more dirty, starting to weathered copper. I'm leaning more towards that, but there is something to that shiny copper look. And then on this side we do have the chiseled bookcases that do go all the way down, for our enchanted book collection and that kind of thing. So, and then downstairs we have a bit of an enchanted area over here, and we will be expanding this. I do have a couple of enchantment mod packs added, so this will be getting expanded here very shortly. And then it does have the armor up top to go with. And then down here we have some miscellaneous block storage right here, or specific block storage here, with our different darts right here, so forth and so forth. We have our blaze powder symbol here, which we got from one of our mine treasure drops, and that is going to be our nether area, probably an end area right next to it. We've got some empty space right here. I haven't really assigned, so we have plenty of room to grow. We've got some crafting blocks and that kind of stuff right here. Go upstairs. Our buckets of axolotl from our mining trip. And then we have room here for our different tools, and then on this side are different armors. Going across to here, we've got our maps on this front one. So we've already got a Badlands Miner Outpost map and an Illager Hideout map that we will be exploring eventually. Books and compasses here on the bottom. Books will probably getting moved to the enchantment area once that is finished. Miscellaneous redstone materials here. An empty here, so on and so forth. Endstone, so planning on endstone materials on this side. I might be moving our nether materials over here rather than leaving it over here. It just depends. There's plenty of room to be able to work with things over here. And then of course our lighting situation, with it being the bottom floor, we do have our regular torches in the ground covered by trapdoors. If you slab it, the torchlight does not come through. It's just a trapdoor, it does. So, and then we've got sort of lanterns over here. Eventually the torches will get switched out for actual lanterns. Now, I would do the chain and lantern thing here. Unfortunately, with this being top slabs, you can't do that. And then we have a little bit of a chandelier there to give you extra room in here. It sort of solves that problem of what to do in the middle of the room, because you get space this wide and the torchlight doesn't come out here to the side. So it is nighttime and raining, so we are going to go ahead and sleep. Quick. Change out that for that. And then for the moment, now usually there's enough here, I would just put stuff away. But we are just about ready to work on our next project. So I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. There we go. So grab our diamonds. Kept our sticks, so that is good. We are going to head on. And this is what I meant. I am going to edit in this enchanting setup. I like the way I did this originally. This is one of the very first things that I completed. I've since decided that it needs work. So we have two things we need to do. So I want to start enchanting. The problem is, at the very moment, we need obsidian. Not something that's too difficult to get. Starts with a diamond pickaxe. A water bucket. So water bucket plus lava source block equals obsidian. So now if you put a water, so you want a water non-source block of water to meet with the obsidian, because otherwise you can get if you place a water block bucket, so if you place a water source block on top of a lava source block, you're going to get stone and obsidian. And then you won't have the water to pick back up. Because when lava meets a water source block, you get stone. Now, if wanting water meets wanting a lava source block, you can get cobblestone. That's why when you go into the bottom of some caves or some deep cliffs, you can find that. And I'm going the wrong direction to go that way. I know there's another big one over, but a big one here as well. So you can either go deep in your world and find it that way, and lava that way, or we usually have a couple of lava pockets at the top of your worlds, and you can always just use one of them. If you are using a mod, an actual biome or not a biome enhancement mod like Borealis data pack like we're using, but an actual biome adding mod like say Terra Length, the biomes you'll go, or biomes of plenty. There might be some extra biomes and extra ways that you can get to surface lava as well. Especially if you spawn in one of their mountain biomes. Specifically, the biomes you'll go has a couple of good biomes. Biomes of Plenty has some too. And of course, you want to leave the water. To do this method real quick, because if there's any lava source blocks underneath these blocks, you want to make sure you actually get the obsidian. But it will also form immediately the obsidian underneath as well. Now you don't want to be standing on the block that you were mining because you can fall through trapped underneath the obsidian if the lava is deep enough, and then you're going to die before you make it back up to the top, before you have a chance to mine through that obsidian. It's just the way that it is. Make sure that you try and keep it one level. For example, that problem that we had right there. Water sources will follow the lowest path. We're back with plenty of obsidian. So, one thing. Nope, down here. Go ahead and grab this. Since we're already over here, we will grab this as well. Grab these as well. Go ahead and craft 2 of those. And I remember what saying. Oh, I'm immersing the crying obsidian for the second one, so go ahead and store that one on away, but we can go ahead and use this one. Go ahead and craft up some more materials. Right now, we're just going to focus on those 2 items. So, in, this on in. And for 1 piece of lapis lazuli and 5 experience points, we do have it set right now that I can reroll enchantments. So, right now it's offering efficiency 1, unbreaking 3, and unbreaking 3. So, we're not going to go for any of them. We're going to go ahead and reroll. Vein mining, fortune 1, and unbreaking 1. Well, we are wanting fortune, but we're wanting fortune 3, and we're wanting silk touch. So, we're going to go ahead and skip this right now. Vein mining is really nice, especially with the world setup we have at the moment. But it can be something that I add in afterwards. That fortune 3 and silk touch is really more at the moment. Fortune 2. Really want that fortune 3. And we've got the levels for it. So there we've got silk touch and unbreaking 3. We'll want an efficiency book at some point in time. And there we've got fortune 3. Efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3. So for books, we want an efficiency So we want an Unbreaking 3 book for that one. Oh, we already had Unbreaking 3. Need Efficiency 4 and an Efficiency 5 book. Or 2 Efficiency 5s. We're gonna go ahead and grab this Fire Aspect book. Charge Power 2 Piercing. Efficiency 4 for that one, so make it an Efficiency 5. Now when we make our Nether set, I will only want an Efficiency 2 or an Efficiency 3. But in our Overworld set, we do want an Efficiency 5. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll and see if we can find Efficiency 5. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Silk Touch book, just because finding Silk Touch can sometimes be a little difficult. Now if that was Looting 3, that would be a different story. There are those enchantments that are a little bit harder to find that you want to go ahead and just grab. That is in a second Efficiency 4. Let's see if we can find an Efficiency 4 or an Efficiency 5. And we're gonna have to run up and grab some more lapis. And okay, got plenty. Loyalty 3 is not half bad, but that's the second time I've seen it. Efficiency 3. We are wanting Efficiency 4. So let's see, do we need to craft one or do we have one? It does not appear we have one, so we are going to have to craft an anvil to make this work. Go. So the first thing we want to do is we want to merge these Efficiency 4 books into an Efficiency 5. It costs us 5 levels. This one we're just going to add this Efficiency 4. It's going to give us Efficiency 5. There we go. Now the only thing that would make these pickaxes better is mending, but that is a treasure enchant, and so we can't get that here. While we are on, go ahead and here. Should have done this earlier. Go ahead and craft us up a diamond sword and enchant that. Smite Sharpness 3, Looting 2, and Smite 4 is not bad. Not the best, but not bad.
So let's see. We can get that to looting 3. So to get looting 3, we want either a looting 2 or a looting 3. We already have that aspect. I can't remember, is that a bow enchant or is that one the sword enchantment? Sharpness 3. Looting 3. So let's see. Make sure this is the correct book. Fire aspect 2. Okay, so to just add it to the sword is 4. 6, so we definitely want it this way. Let's see, that's 6. So let's go ahead and merge these books first. And add it. Oh, should have added the books individually. That would have been 10 instead of 14. 18 in total. But there we go. That's a semi-decent sword. So we've got most of our tools figured out. We will need to figure out an axe. We will make up 2 sets of axes. I prefer fortune. When I'm doing something with trees like jungle, dark oak, or something like that. But I do prefer silk touch when we are doing some other things, like mushroom blocks. Have to have silk touch. As for the rest of this, I do like these bookshelves that let you actually see what all is here by just ghosting over it without having to select it and without it taking up a whole bunch of chest space. We're going to take our lapis out. Now usually with this I would just leave it in. But with the reef, the bottle experience I've got, it does wipe everything that's in the enchantment table. So we don't want to accidentally lose lapis for being in the enchantment table. In the meantime, let's put this iron one away. The amethyst on away. We need some frying obsidian. So that is going to be our next goal. Pickaxe on there. Efficiency 5 in Unbreaking 3. We are going to go ahead and claim that as well for the moment. I've got one of those. We did get these from chests earlier, but we are headed to our mining area. So we do have a little bit of a mine set up over there with the actual cave system. But it's more of just cave exploring. It's not really a mine. And the reason we've been waiting for that is because I actually set up a mine area. And it doubles as also being an area that it doesn't have any hidden dungeons in it. So it is able to just be mined, but it's also for us to set up some of these dungeons that are a little bit harder to get through. I have copied over some of these over from my backup, just something that we'll be doing a bit later. So right now we want our mine. this takes us to the top of the mine. So we do have a couple of chests and some fireplaces over here. It is a windswept hills biome. That will affect our mine treasures. But for the most part, this is going to be a mine area, and it is set up dual natured. So the whole top of this is available to be mined as you wish, in the traditional way. And it goes all the way down to deep slate level. I think I've got one level that's partially set up as not, because we do have these huge veins. As I said before, mining traditionally doesn't always work. And so we do have a couple of levels for when we are looking specifically for specific ores and stuff to go, and we don't want to just a mine session for treasure, or if we're looking for specific blocks. When we're looking for specific blocks, that's what these main levels are for. We're needing stone, andesite, or diorite, or something like that. So, our first open level, we have this area here. These are going to be ores only. As you can see, I've cleared out all the diorite, the stone, and everything like that. And back up, we aren't getting those blocks. These have just been cleared out. This is also an extra area, great area for spawning slimes because it is open. So if I need to come slime hunting or something like that, that is going to be this level here. There's some iron here. And we are at a level where we've got everything except for copper, I think. We've got some redstone here. We've got a lapis lazuli chunk here. We've got diamonds, redstone, iron, gold. As I said, I think the only thing we don't have is copper. You have to be a little bit higher up for copper. So if we go hunting for copper, we will actually have to go hunting for copper, I do believe. Now we might be lucky, we might find a chunk down this far, but we are at 0 right here, and so it would be something that would be more attached to the ceiling. This one is not very big. 3 below this are. After that, we can come on over here, and we do have, as I said, another couple of levels below this. We have this level here, which is the same. So these are 6 blocks tall, and then 4 blocks in between. So they're about 10 blocks each section. So again, chunks are here. And this is a good open area. Now light blocks have been added so that there is not a whole bunch of mobs. These aren't going to be huge mob farms other than slimes. Slime block areas, and again we do have 3 of these in the deep slate levels. And the reason we do not go any lower is, as you can see, as you're starting to see in this level, below Y32, a lot of the only ores that you can get is diamond and gold. So our focus for these levels was more on all of the ores, and so we went up. Now, going below that, if I need to get deep slate or anything like that, we do have it already set up, beginning to be set up for those mine tunnels. And the whole reason for that is that below here, when we do any mining that is actually in the tunnels and that kind of stuff, there's no caves over here. So all of the ores that we get over here when we're doing the tunnels is just bonus. The tunnels are mainly for us for progression on the treasures, data pack mod. So, and with that being said, double check this real quick. So mine treasure stats, we are at just over 13,000 blocks mined. We have 28 common treasures, 8 rare treasures, 1 epic treasure, and 0 legendary treasures. So we can sort of see our progression there. I've explored mine treasures a little bit with our other survival worlds, and so you can get some pretty epic loot once you get farther enough along. Really makes it worth it, and we're really going to need it with the second that we have added. So, first dungeon house. We've got 40 of these loaded in. And the reason I went ahead and loaded in, they can pop up in our general world. The problem is that once we get down here, I've had a problem with the actual dungeon area not generating incorrectly. And just because these generate in as the world generates in. So if you've got a ravine or you've got a huge cave, underwater cave or something like that, I've had an issue where there's a huge underwater ravine or a big cave and it cuts off half the dungeon. And so to really experience the full dungeon, I have gone ahead and generated them in. So if we find them in real world, cool. This is going to be where we really are going to focus on the loot. These actually give you a lot of cool loot as well. We'll probably go through and gather all the stuff in the chests and that kind of stuff. At some point in time, I might do that off screen and just show you all the loot that we got. It's pretty typical basic loot, with the exception of the 2 shulker boxes. So again, we will not be going through these until after we visited the end, because I don't want to use the shulker boxes until afterwards. You can see there's another one over there. There's another one over there. They do generate in some pretty epic loot, and so I made sure that we had plenty of space to go through those as much as possible. Again, the focus of this world is really to focus on our combat capabilities, and these are a definite help. I've managed the first ring without any deaths. I can't even make it through the second level. So our goal is going to get through all 5 levels. I think there's 5 levels. It might just be 4 levels. Regardless, with that, we are going to say thank you for watching and have a great and wonderful Minecraft day.